Well, hello again, Dave Graybill, FishingMagician.com. This morning I'm on Banks Lake. It's early fall. I'm here with Nate Stull of Stully's Guide Service, and he's going to show me some tips and tricks on how to catch these early fall walleye. Weather's just changing, the fish habits are changing, everybody's making adjustments,
Right,
and
yep,
I'm
absolutely.
really eager to see how you approach this early season fishing. I hear you've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, we've been doing good. Fishing's been pretty steady.
Yeah.
A little bit of weather this last weekend. Fish are moving, really moving, and we finally got some cold weather too. So
Yeah.
that's gonna start to get those fish on their feeding patterns for the fall and winter.
Right. And so they're transitioning into different water depths. Is that it?
Yeah, they're kind of all over water depth right now. We've been catching them, 40, 55, and as shallow as 15 to 20. So kind of all over. But they are moving into their fall areas where they're going to hang out.
That's great. Well, I'm eager to get out on the water. We're here at Steamboat Rock State Park. There's been some other anglers getting on the water for this great fall weather we're having this year. And so I'm eager to find out how to catch fall walleye with Nate Stoll. Well, we left the punch bowl and we headed right over to Barker Canyon. This is a very popular area. And Nate, you mentioned like when you get over here, where do you usually start looking for depth?
So I usually pull up to the weed line and I'll start there, shallow, and kind of run the weed line for a little while. And if we're not marking fish, we'll slide out a little bit, 5-10 feet at a time. We'll start. This morning we're about 19 feet just outside the weed line, and as we progress this morning, we'll probably move out to about 30 if we're not finding fish shallow. Um, a lot of the fish are up shallow along the weeds, chasing the bait fish. And then out here, especially on these flats, they like to roam the flats. So if the bait moves out, the wind pushes them around. Lots of things can happen out here, and they'll move those fish around, and the walleye will follow right behind them and move out. So. Um,
I notice you've got all four rods with different colors of spinners on them, and a slow death hook.
Yep, I got slow deaths right now. They've been a little better than the two hook setups for me lately. I think just the action and the spin on them has been real nice. And we're not getting as many short bites. A lot of perch out here, they'll nip your worms off. So try to keep. This morning we're actually using full worms, but typically I've been using half worms just to kind of shorten them up so we're not getting short bit as much. They've been hammering them. So.
That's great. Well, Nate, a lot of people have heard about the slow death hook rig, and I'm in the habit anymore. That's just about the first thing I rig up is a slow death hook. But there is a way to make it work properly and show people how you actually load a slow death hook with a night crawler.
Okay, so go right through the end of the worm there, the head of the worm, just poke them right on the tip there, and slide them up, feed them up through, and I go right here past this band. Just a little bit past the band, and then you're going to poke it out, and you're going to push them up. There's a little round spot on your hook there, you're going to push his head right on top of that as a catch. So he's got a little bend in him, Got a little tail, hook sticking out, and they'll spin around real nice.
That's great.
There's lots of styles of these hooks too. There's like a few that are a little heavier gauge wire and some lighter gauge wire ones also. You might get a little different action on them. If you got a full size worm, and this one's a little short, so we'll run it the way it is. But if we had a great big worm, I'd pinch them off about right there. Just use the other half for your next go around, and yeah.
Oh, I like that color. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. All right. Yeah, I would like to get a boatload of walleye just like that, huh?
Yeah, perfect eaters.
That's a
About
really
16
good
inches.
size. Yeah, about 16-inch walleye. They're a ton of fun to catch too. Whoa! You know, it's not exactly what we're after, but man, they are fun when you hook a smallmouth like that. Well, Nate, I know you've been out here before, so you know your way around, but I'll tell you what, you sure know where to find fish here. And if the kind of fishing we experience today is an indicator of what the fall fishing for walleye is going to be like, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is, yeah. A lot of decent sized fish. Pretty good numbers, and they're just starting. So,
They're just starting.
They're just starting. I mean, you can catch them all year round, but as far as our fall bite, and it's getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
So,
and like you say, there was a range of fish from like 13, 14 inches up to 20
yep.
in our catch. And when we had our fish, we quit, but we could have stayed at it and sorted
Yep.
and just selected what size of fish we wanted to take home.
You can cull with walleye up here, so that's great.
Yeah.
As long as you can keep them alive, you gotta have a live well.
Yes.
That's big.
Absolutely. And if they're not hooked too deep and that sort of thing, you want to respect the fish in that respect. I also found that you had a good color selection on our rods pretty much all the time. You didn't really have to do a lot of sorting to find something that worked. Now, in the depth, we started at Barker, and we never really got into even 30 feet of water, I don't believe.
No, we fished 20 to 25 all morning.
Exactly.
Maybe even up to about 15, 18 a couple times where we got in shallow in the weeds, but we still picked up, perch, walleye, all of it along those
bass.
weeds.
We got some really nice smallmouth while we were at it
yeah,
too.
That was a lot of fun.
And that is fun. And then we finished the day in 50 feet of water.
Yep.
So there's that range you can find, but it's really interesting that you can start in 20 feet of water and catch fish and go out to 50 feet of water and catch fish. And as you say, it does take some looking around right now because as the water temperature cools down, they're going to be in transition.
Right.
But they're still found in the likely places like Barker.
Yes, they are. And then, as the water gets a little cooler, your bait fish are going to start moving out of the weeds a lot too.
Okay.
So they'll start getting into those deep basins.
Okay.
So we found those fish. Some of those fish today were 50 feet, but we're also catching bass out there.
Yes.
And we're marking small fish out there. There's bait out there.
Yes.
So they're kind of slowly transitioning, and there'll be more out there, more feed for those fish in the deeper basins. It's closer to October.
Yes.
We're in September. We're still warm water. Fish are still up in the weeds, and we caught lots of bait today too.
We did.
And those fish will start moving out eventually. But here in a couple weeks, we're a week away from the end of September. So another week or two, those fish will start moving out of the weeds and out into 30, 40 feet of water. A lot of the bait.
Yeah.
And then you'll see more, 50 feet.
Wow.
So they'll just keep transitioning out as fall comes. And then most of those fish will stay in those zones for the rest of the fall and winter.
Right.
And then when you come out in spring, they're probably going to be in those same spots.
That's
the start.
That's kind of the exciting part about this is kind of the best of the fall fishing is just starting, as you said.
Yeah.
And it'll be good clear into November.
Yep.
And I love coming up here. We are blessed here in Eastern Washington. We can have shirt sleeve days in late October. Up
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah,
Just
absolutely.
beautiful days. So there's a lot of great fishing ahead. And I tell you what, if you really want to learn how to catch them and you want to have a great day fishing, get a hold of Nate. I'll tell you what. And the easiest way to do that probably is to go to your website. And it's sculliesguideservice.net.
Yep, StullysGuideService.net. Or you can reach me at 509-860-7233.
Good.
It's my phone number. So
Yeah.
direct line.
So Nate Stull is the man up here on Banks Lake. You'd have a great time fishing with him. He's got great gear, a great boat, and knows where to find him.
Yep, all set up. Just bring a fishing license and your lunch and your snacks and come enjoy the day. So
Have a great time.
yeah.
Well, thank you again. I tell you what, Nate,
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out.
this has really
great.
been fun. So I look forward to trying some other of your fisheries. You know, this is just one of many fisheries that you offer. And again, you can learn all about that at the website. And remember, that's .net, not .com.
Yep,
So,
.net.
That's right. And so you'll find him, and it'll be worth looking for him, and you'll have a great time fishing with Nate here on Banks Lake, the Columbia River, Lake Chelan, you name it. It's gonna.
We're all over the board. I travel, within 100 miles of Wenatchee.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
lots of lakes, lots of water to fish.
There is.
We're always fishing. There's always something.
That's great. All right. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you on our next adventure.